Hello, and welcome to the National Franchise Show. I'm your host, Leanne Caruso. Produced by the National Franchise Show, this podcast is your ultimate guide to finding the best franchise opportunities in the United States and Canada. Today, we're excited to have Nichole Daher, CEO of Success on the Spectrum. Nichole, thanks so much for joining us. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey in franchising?
Sure. I opened Success on the Spectrum in 2015. My stepdaughter had autism and we could not find any treatment or care for her. The wait lists for the existing clinics here in Houston were a year long. It was insane. So originally I opened it just for her, and then I realized how high the demand was, not just in my city, but in cities all across the US. I decided to franchise the business, and we became the very first autism treatment franchise in the US.
I love it so much. It's such a unique opportunity. And it's so good for the community, beyond just selling a service or product. I think you're really affecting children and families. So kudos to you for starting Success on the Spectrum. So
Thank you.
can you give us a brief overview of the franchise? And
Absolutely. So the franchise is not made for business people. This was designed for the average Joe, with someone who's looking for a business that has purpose behind it to come in and open a franchise. We give training from the ground up. You don't have to have any kind of special experience coming in. We teach you everything that you need to know because not many people are going to have a medical background or an autism background. So we teach you everything that you need to know and help you hire the experts to make your medical clinic run.
so just to clarify, you don't have to have a medical background in order to run Success on the Spectrum.
Not at all. In fact, over 30% of our CEOs right now are just autism parents.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So what should potential franchisees be looking for when they're looking for different opportunities, such as yours?
Right. There's a lot of people that are looking in the childcare space. There's a lot of people that are looking in the medical space. This is the perfect combination of both of them. And I think that if you're looking for a business, not food, not, selling parts, something you want purpose, you want meaning behind you, this is the perfect combination of a profitable business that has a purpose behind it that you're doing good in the world. Unlike a daycare, daycares rely on parents being able to cash fund their childcare. But with us, it's a little different because health insurance pays 100% for a child to stay with us full day. And most of our clients are 40 hours a week. They don't go to school, they just come to us. And we get about $10,000 a month per kid from health insurance directly, and it's nothing out of the parent's pocket.
Oh, wow. I feel like so many franchisees or potential franchisees are looking to make a difference or find something meaningful in their lives, especially if they're kind of transitioning out of corporate America and they want to just do something that means a lot to them. So what a great opportunity. And I do love that you don't have to rely on parent funding, that it's provided by insurance. That's so
Absolutely.
great. So I think you've kind of said this, but what makes it unique compared to others in the industry?
Well, we're the only franchise, or we were the first franchise in the industry. So the majority of autism treatment centers are owned by private equity groups. And we all know what that means. That means low quality, high turnover, just get into your box and stick in there. And if you don't fit, you don't belong here. And I think our model is changing the game. I hope that our model forces them to compete with us and increase the quality of their care to give the kids what they need. God knows there's enough demand, there's enough room in the space for all of us to exist peacefully and not even be competitive with each other. But I think the kids deserve better, and that's what we're here to do.
It's great. So it's kind of a home-based community rather than funded by financial and business owners. Love it. So a lot of our listeners are looking into franchising for the first time. So just as in a broad approach, now that you've been doing this for a while, what advice would you give them in terms of what to prioritize when looking for a franchise?
You have to find something that fits you, right? Because work is not work if you enjoy it. And if you say that you own a pizza place, that's very good. But if you're looking for something a little more to give back to the community, something you can be really proud of, helping animals and helping children is like top on my priority list because they're innocent and they can't help themselves. So I think, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I think Success on the Spectrum is the perfect package. It's a profitable model. It's recreatable in every city, every state. It's nearly, recession proof. We were able to stay open during COVID. We're an essential healthcare service. You don't have to chase people down for payments. You don't have to make payment plans. You don't have to offer financing for your service. It's a guaranteed payment, federally mandated by the government. You're doing a good service. And as long as you're doing a good, healthy job, you can infinitely expand this model. You can have one center, you can have two, you can have three. It's very scalable. And honestly, if you look at all the demand that's in the United States right now, all the kids that need this therapy, that are searching for this therapy, nationwide, we only meet 33% of the demand.
Oh,
So
wow.
over half of kids who have autism have no access to any sort of treatment. And they're just, mamas are banging down our doors to get in. We have wait lists still. There just are not enough of us and we need more.
Yes. How many locations do you have?
Currently, we have 50 open and we have about 30 more in development.
Okay. And where in the country are you?
We are spread out all over the place. We have a huge cluster in Jersey, a good cluster in Atlanta, a couple popping up in Florida and in Phoenix. Most are in Texas because that's where we started. A couple in Kansas City, a couple in Salt Lake City, a couple in Vegas. We're really kind of sprinkled everywhere right now.
And where are you looking to grow throughout the United States then?
We're looking to grow throughout the US. We have not found a place yet where the demand for autism services was met. That's how crazy this industry is. It's growing so fast, but we still can't keep up with the number of children being diagnosed with autism that need the help. And so, no matter where you are, the need is there.
Right. So kind of going back, well, actually, let me keep rolling on this one. So when someone is coming into the system, what kind of support and training do you offer, especially since, like you said, you don't have to have a medical degree, and you're not looking for necessarily, business folks. So how do you lift these people up?
We do a lot of hand holding here. The amount of support that you get is probably not found anywhere else. We start off with a huge pre opening checklist of all the things that you have to do before you can officially open a clinic. The first one being, this is how you start an LLC. This is how you open a business checking account, just in case you've never done this before. Lots and lots of hand holding, lots of steps, lots of video training, lots of online virtual instant support, and we also have the instant chat. So if ever you have a quick question that doesn't require a screen share, you can just ask your question and you immediately get an answer back from someone on our team.
That's great. I would assume that's by nature of the work that you do, that you are so helpful to or to franchisees when they launch their business. So in terms of costs and ongoing fees, what are the costs involved?
Our initial franchise fee is $40,000. After you give us that, you don't pay us anything until you make a dollar from your first client. Our royalty fees are 5%. However, we have a $4,000 a month cap. So even if you make, God willing, $2 million in 1 month, we would still only charge the max of $4,000 for your royalties that month.
Oh, that's great. And do you offer ongoing marketing support and programs for your franchisees?
That is a very funny question, and I'm so glad you asked it. The demand for this service, and people don't believe me when I say it, the demand for this service is so high, we really don't market. We create a commercial for you at your grand opening event. Our film crew comes out and videos all the happenings there and interviews the CEOs and your staff. And we make that commercial and we give that to our franchisees, and they're able to blast it on Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But no one has ever needed it. If you exist online, like build it and they will come is very, very true for us. So as soon as you sign the franchise agreement with us and we know where your office address is going to be, we put you on Google Maps and we put you on our website and we make you a Facebook page and we make you an Instagram page, and people will just start calling. And without a doubt, Every single one we've opened so far has had a waiting list of clients before they ever opened.
Ah, that's amazing. I love it. So, what is an ideal candidate that you're looking for? What are the, kind of the qualities or experience that you ask for or that you're looking for to award a franchisee?
Wonderful question. We are looking for owner operators. This is not a buy it and forget about it type of passive income thing. This is a people business, and we need our CEOs to be present and working within their own clinics to have that good quality feel, that good mom and pop feel that we desire for our clinics. So we want someone who's willing to dedicate the time. And you're right, there's no special experience needed in the background, but we have found our most successful franchisees are either autism parents or people who come from the corporate world or the HR world where they're able to really follow a process. Because honestly, if you just follow the process of what we've created, it's infallible.
Mhm. That's good. Do you have any, just out of curiosity, do you have any former teachers that kind of
We
lean
do
lean
actually.
to you?
Our Denver location is a former teacher, and she also has a special needs child, not autism, but special needs. And she is so wonderful. And she's, very type A and very organized and has all the walls all beautiful. But the parents really connect with her, and clients will come in and tour their facility, and they feel like she is leading their kids in the right direction. And it's very beneficial.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like that would be such a great target as a potential franchisee is former teachers or teachers who are looking to make a change. I know that a
Get
lot
rid
of,
of that administration problem in the
right.
background, actually help kids. You're right, it's perfect.
Yeah, I love it. Can you share any success stories or testimonials from your franchisees? I'm sure you have many.
So I have many, but one that sticks out in my mind as you ask, we have a community outreach program. So instead of doing advertising and instead of all this, because we really don't need it, we throw community outreach events for the public. And so every April, we throw an autism prom. Some of these kids never go to school and they never get to experience, prom is a big deal. It's like a memory you have forever. So we create those memories for these kids by throwing these big events. And one event we had recently, because Christmas is coming up, last year we had a photos with Santa. And photos with Santa is like part of the parent experience as well, because you want to have these photos of your kid and show them and make these memories with Santa. But kids with autism can't wait in line at the mall to sit on a stranger's lap. They're not interested in that. They can't wait for hours in line. So we throw pictures with Santa events in December. And last year, one of our CEOs, it was his very first year open, he himself dressed up like Santa. He grew his beard out for months. And while he was doing this, a little boy who was terrified of men and never talked and was very like shy and just wanted to be off on his own, he ran up to him and sat in his lap and gave him a big hug.
Oh,
And the franchisee called me crying and he's like, I don't care if I go broke doing this, I'll never stop. And I was like, oh, those little moments where you
yeah,
don't expect a child to respond and you get this beautiful reaction out of them. It is such a rewarding experience
I can only
just
imagine. Yeah.
being in your clinic, but the events really make you feel like you're making a difference in the community because it's not just
Yeah,
your clients, it's the public.
right. That's beautiful. I love the prom. That's so great. So you're saying all of these amazing things and they don't necessarily need marketing. It's like you build it, they will come. Those are all so great. Um, but I'm sure there's some challenges along the way. What might a franchisee or potential franchisee face as they're opening their new location?
The biggest challenge in our industry is staffing. I mean, you have to love what you do and you have to love kids. You can't just be here for a paycheck. So the CEO really has to be on their people reading game when they're hiring. You have to hire the right people, or bad things can happen, or they'll quit without notice. So, I think a lot of industries suffer the most with staffing, but it's really high risk when you're dealing with children. So we do lots of background checks, we ask lots of questions, we do lots of training before we leave them alone with the kid. The liability technically is low. I mean, we don't have heavy machinery. But kids are clumsy and they'll always have accidents and there'll always be bumps and bruises and scrapes on the knee. Luckily, we have a camera system that can help monitor our employees and what they're doing, even if we're not laying eyes on them directly. The cameras are always watching. And I think it really helps us to evaluate if an employee is the right person for the job.
What is your capacity? Like how many students can you handle at any
We
given
don't
time?
put a limit. We mandate a minimum of a 5,000 square feet office, which can fit 24 kids, but we don't limit you to how big you can go. One of our franchisees has 10,000 square feet and he has 36 kids.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's raking it in and doing very, very well for himself. But you can have as many as you like as long as you're willing to pay the rent on the square foot.
Oh, I love it. What a great story. Did we miss anything? Is there anything else you wanted to cover or share about the opportunity before we close out?
I think what's important is that you visit our SOS franchising website, and we have a whole slew of videos of testimonials from CEOs, videos from our community outreach event, day in the life in the office. And that kind of helps you understand because most people don't know what autism therapy is or what it looks like. So if you are looking for something in the childcare space or the education space or even the medical space, figuring out if ABA is for you can be very easy through our video channels and just browse and see if you like it.
I love it. And what's your website?
SOSfranchising.com.
Very good. And if anybody wanted to reach you, just go to the website, find you on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. There's
Great.
phone numbers you can call or text, and you can use the contact form on the website as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing the story. What a beautiful story and great opportunity. And I think it's so unique to be able to bring something to your communities that really help children and families.
Thanks, Leanne. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you. We hope today's episode has given you valuable insights to help simplify your path to becoming a franchisee. Remember, the journey to franchise ownership begins with the right knowledge and the right brand. Until next time, I'm Leanne Caruso with the National Franchise Show, helping you turn your entrepreneurial dreams into reality.